Dion in the background? Hello. Welcome. Oh, I got to turn the thing down.
The music did not time well this time.
No,
Was
I
it
didn't.
slow for? Did it slow down for anybody else?
It was slow. Yeah. It
Okay.
was
That's
not
weird.
quite on tempo.
Well, I know that our Comcast or Xfinity has been updating my neighborhood, and basically things drop and things go away here. So I don't know. That was weird, but yeah, it didn't time right. That was odd. Anyway, hello everybody. Welcome. Good to have you here on a messy Monday. It's good to be back because I missed last messy Monday and didn't know that I was getting COVID or had it, and then got really sick as the week went on and everything. So thank you, Battery Power Bricks. Yeah, I'm feeling better. May sound a little snotty and nasally and gross, but this is nothing compared to the way it was last, Tuesday through basically Friday morning when I was in the throes of it. So the best part is I scored on my first COVID test, and when I loaded that baby in the chute, the line went pink immediately. I'm like, oh, that's the control line. Oh no, it's not. I haven't. So it took no time at all. There was no waiting 15 minutes to tell if I had it. It was, you got it. So thank you very much.
You did not have to wait 20 minutes for potency?
Do what? I don't know what that means.
It was a line from The Princess Bride, but
that's right.
Never heard of it.
And
chocolate coating helps it go down smoother.
boom, boom, boom.
And just the FYI for those of you who have spring allergies, the new variant, one of the major new symptoms is pink eye or irritated, watery, gooey eyes, and what I thought was allergies ended up being COVID. So congratulations if you have it. Anyway.
It feels like a parting gift on a game show.
I feel like it's nature's way of continuing to mess with us.
I think it is. Got the high score. Yes, I did. I got the high score. My wife ended up, she had it. She may have had it before me because she was sick the weekend before, but her symptoms were different. But Jake has not gotten it. So that is his benefit of being the teenager who lurks between his room, the Lego room, when he can have it by himself, and all that kind of stuff that teenagers do. So there we go.
So did you just quarantine in the Lego room the whole time?
Did I? No. I did not leave I went chair to bed to chair to, that was pretty much it. So anyway, for those who have been through it really a whole lot heavier than me, I get it. And I'm glad you're all better. So, oh, there's our friend Chris Campbell. How are you? Good to see you. Did you hear me? Hello, Chris. Oh.
Sorry, I had a work call.
No worries. All right, it is a Messy Monday. Thank y'all for joining us on Messy Monday. Let's go around the room, and we'll start with Mr. Well, he's fiddling with his microphone now.
There we go.
Campbell, how are you, sir?
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
Are we all good?
let's we'll just come back to Chris in a minute.
Chris, you talking the other end.
Give or take.
Nope, you're still off, dude. Is it?
This is quality content, by the way. I'm just
It
going to go ahead and
is,
say
it
it.
is.
Well, I'm pretty sure Chris let out a few expletives, so he's self-censoring himself right now.
Could be. We'll come back to him and see. Let's see. Let's give one more chance. Nope.
Nope.
Oh, yeah, and there he goes. All right, good deal. All right,
Let's
let's go with Meredith and Natalie. How are y'all this evening?
We're good. Somebody was in a good mood and wanted to come on. You want to show your mosaic you're working on?
It's Mosaic Monday.
Mosaic
You show, not me. It's not my mosaic.
It's Mosaics on Monday.
Yay!
Oh, that
So,
looks
if
good.
you're not familiar with cultural references of the late 80s, early 90s, it is only the best comic ever.
Hobbs.
When she was 1, I bought her a tiger, and her tiger's name is Hobbs, but she likes to call him Hobbsy.
Hobbsy is excellent.
Yes. And he only likes tuna, but he's open to humanely sourced and or fiber, or was it plant-based tuna-like items, right? Just like Hobbs in the comic. He wants tuna. That's all I could get, guys. I'm sorry.
Hey, it's better than nothing.
I am working still on my topper for New Hashima, and I'll try to rotate. It is a cyberpunk pagoda with a vertical garden that's semi-apart below it. So it's gonna be like a cool cyberpunk vertical garden. And then there's a cool pagoda, and you can kind of see it before that I got all the UV lights in right now, so it's kind of all UV'd up. And it's gonna be really tall. So it'll be on top of a kind of like a block of buildings. So, and hopefully
Top
Brian
of
made it sound so it won't fall down.
No go boom.
And I'm just relishing in my Burkina orders. Lots of neon. That's about it. Short and sweet.
I realized that I don't have a bunch of the neon 1x1 rounds, so now I feel like I need to order some of them.
Well, I will bring you a bag.
Some.
Oh,
I have some, but not a lot.
I have a good chunk of them.
how did you get a chunk of them?
I don't know, but I do.
So we're just trying to build as fast as possible to finish up our new Hashima stuff.
Sweet.
Of course, there's purple hair. He's a cyberpunk dude. He's a tourist, a cyberpunk tourist.
Excellent.
Yeah. And now I died. Here we go.
The tourist. You're killing the tourism department.
And then down in the garden, I have like a little groundskeeper with a little flower pot.
Nice.
I like the friend's hair. I think this is so cute.
It is.
That's an elaborate hairstyle.
Telling you, Friends has everything. That's the cool. So no, we're encouraged to make cyberpunk like figures. So that's my contribution so far.
Cool.
That's it.
All right. So
Building,
you
building,
have
building.
do you have a deadline for all the new sashimi?
Hiroshima, June 1st.
June 1st. So, but you don't take it until, does it have to be approved or something like that? Is that how it works?
I don't know. Some people kind of posted some ideas that, and all feedback is always very polite and very collegial about, hey, that probably wouldn't really work in a cyberpunk city. So I think most people have their ideas and their works of progress is out there. So I don't think there's any final approvals or anything. It's just make sure your idea is more cyberpunk and not kind of lug city layout kind of buildings. So
New sashimi, yeah.
new
that sounds good.
sashimi, yes. So there's no formal process. I think I get it. You don't want to have a bunch of flakers. So giving someone a deadline before the actual need by deadline is just trying to herd some cats.
That just begs for me to say, yeah, I'm gonna have to beg off because I'm not gonna make it and then not make it. So that's,
And then they have a giant gaping hole where someone's building's supposed to be. So And for reference, for any of you that have seen Stefan's version of New Ashima, his portion, that's going to be just one district. And we're bringing 3 other districts now. So it's going to be 3x the size of the original MOC.
That's crazy awesome.
It's going to be big. I think there was some unreasonable. I think they asked for like 20 by 20 area for Brick World.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But I mean, you got 15 builders, and so far everyone's got stuff, so we'll be there. And Brian's building the tables. Stefan built a center table, and then Brian's building all of the little offshoots because it's going to be like a triangle in the middle. That's where I'm building, and then there's going to be 3 wings that come out, and one of the wings is going to be Stefan's District 8, and then there's 2 other districts, including a space district. We're calling it the port, but there's spaceships that are going to be like docked up. So in that way, people can get in between, because it's in like a Y shape, so people can have better views in between it. That is the master plan. It's awesome.
So it took Stefan like until Saturday morning of Atlanta Brick Convention to get that thing together. Is he gonna make it?
Okay, well, depending on what section you are in, because I'm in the inner city, because I'm fancy schmancy and building fancy schmancy cyberpunk builds. I was politely requested to be there Wednesday by noon so that they can work their way in from out. I think it's going to help because it's in that Y configuration. Everyone's going to have their own wing to work on their sections once the inner city's done. But probably, his section's going to take 2 days. But I mean, mine's pretty easy. It's you drop them in. A lot of people are pretty good about keeping to the standard. I think Stefan's stuff's a little bit. He kind of the original. He kind of has a little bit more complexity versus a lot of people trying to build to just that cube standard and not really kind of pushing it out a little bit. So anyways, but yeah, I have to be there Wednesday by noon.
Yeah. Somebody needs to set up a time lapse of this thing. And
Simon Liu was going to set up a time lapse.
Oh, good. Good old Simon Liu.
So yeah, it's gonna be cool.
Somebody needs to do like a Smokey the Bandit version of this where people are trying to get to the convention with their MOCs so they can set up. Oh no!
See,
The sheriff has pulled over Pink Wheels. Will she be there in time?
Well, I have to drop Natalie off on Tuesday at my dad's house in northern Louisville, and he says it takes about 5.5 hours to get from Louisville to Chicago. So we'll see.
That's about right.
There's not going to be a lot of, but Mom, don't leave me yet. I need to hug you one more time because I'm going to have to hit the road. Otherwise, Mr. Stefan's going to be like, where's Meredith's section? Oh, she ruined the whole MOC because she didn't arrive right at noon. Right?
There needs to be a scene of you driving off in the truck and Natalie in silhouette, dropping a Lego something or dropping her Lego Hobbs or whatever on the ground as you drive off, down the road or perfect scene.
I'm pretty sure there'll be cookies, so I don't think there's going to be any problems.
Well,
Sorry, what's the address? I heard cookies.
I don't know. Maybe my stepmom might load me up before I leave. I don't know. We'll see.
Natalie's convention, Billy Small Paul will miss having her around though.
I know, but I think it's just time for everyone to have their own vacation this year. Just this once. Stop. Doug, leave your sister alone.
Yeah, but you're taking Doug, right?
No, Doug's staying.
Oh,
I have not. You can't have Doug in the convention.
yes, you can.
Doug is not.
Sorry, but
Doug is not a what do you call it?
Support animal.
He's not a support animal.
I mean, there's a lot of animals that are not support animals that have a little support animal tag on there. So
I know, but I believe in the fact that that makes it rough for the people that actually have well-trained support animals when Doug wears the vest and is a complete wreck.
Yeah, Doug's not very good about picking up things off the floor and handing them to you. I've seen
Well,
Doug.
yeah, our friend Evan has a support dog, and he's been trained to pick up the Legos for him and put them on tables or surfaces. It's
I
it's
mean,
very
that's
cool.
better than many children.
I was just about to say that their children can't even do that.
Yeah, you want me to show you?
Yeah.
Oh, Natalie actually picked up Lego this afternoon. It was a thrill.
The Doug's gonna stow away. I hid in the car because I love you.
No, he's going to doggy daycare, which he gets so excited. Like, he's so excited. So,
Does he pee? Does he get so excited that he pees?
no, he gets. One time they had to take him to the vet, which is next to doggy daycare, and he got very upset that they went to the vet and not to the doggy daycare.
I was about to say when Data said that, I was going to say, but because Data does.
I get excited, I pee.
Well, we had a downtown parade last weekend, and
Did you get excited
they-
to pee?
no, but there was a friend of mine was walking their Irish setter or whatever, and so we were walking on right in front of our tent that we were manning that weekend, and so he comes walking by, and the Irish setter sees me, and I've never met the dog before, and he's like, "Well, he's coming to see you," so he walks out of the parade, and I pet the dog, and he pees a streak of pee right in front of us on down the parade route for a minute. And I didn't watch the parade anymore. I just watched who was going to step in that pee, and nobody did. Every marching band that came by, I'm like, oh, they're going to step in it. Dang it. So ruined. Totally ruined.
And by the way, we have just now discovered what one of Chris's retirement pastimes is going to be.
That's right.
Watching
Hey, watch
people
it. He's going to
walk
step in that pee
people.
over here. Watch this.
Watching people hopefully to step in something that they don't want to step in.
Yeah. Well, he didn't.
It's you just hope the horses go in the front of parade, don't you?
There were no horses, thank goodness. But yes, no road apples. And since his microphone is back on, Mr. Campbell, how are you?
Hi, I'm here. How are y'all?
Good.
I got things today. I got lots of things. I got these. I like these.
Got the things.
I love that Lando.
Yeah, I got all of these plus another set of them. I guess I didn't realize that there were 18 in here. I mean, I did. I just didn't do math. So you get 2 full sets instead of 3 full sets, which is fine because there's so many. So I was very happy with that. I will say my favorite of the bunch was Pocahontas's hair because this is just an awesome hairpiece.
Mhm.
My least favorite of the bunch was Mulan because they used rubber hair and a rubber knife on her, and I just don't like that at all in any way, shape, or form. Oswald was pretty cool. I like him. For those that don't know, Disney got the license back from Universal. Oswald was Walt Disney's first cartoon, and he didn't have the rights to it. Universal Studios did. And not too long ago, in a deal Universal and Disney did for something completely irrelevant, Disney said, well, you're going to have to give us Oswald back. And they did. So it's now Disney property, and they're actually celebrating for the 100th anniversary. Pretty cool.
That's
Everybody
cool.
needed extra Disney facts today, obviously.
We did. We needed it. We needed it.
And then this is, I love this. Dana tried to convince me not to buy everything I bought and then come back for multiple trips so I could get more of those, but I did not. So
I did try.
he did. In Dana's defense, he did
Yep.
after I'd already paid. But
No. You had not paid yet. I asked before you paid, and you still failed.
Yeah, I got everything today except for the X-Wing, but I got non-Star Wars stuff as well. So, and the only reason I didn't get the X-Wing is because I already have the original X-Wing, and I'm just too lazy to get another one. This one was the purchase I was not so sure about, but I got it anyway. So I got the big clamshell.
See, I want that, but I'm just like, when am I going to build it? I don't know.
Yeah, same here. Luckily, I'm going to have like 2 weeks of no work here soon, so I'm going to have time to do things. I just can't pick up the Lego, so I need that dog to come help.
Diva dog.
I do like the mermaid tails though. They're really nice. If you haven't seen those, they're really nice. So it's different than the last mermaid. Let's see, anything else? Yeah, everything else was pretty standard stuff. So, but it's mostly Star Wars sets, plus some that weren't released today that I just didn't have. So, been kind of saving up. And what did I say, Dana? Like 12, 13,000 VIP points today? Something like
I
that.
think you did say something crazy like that. Yeah.
You gained or you
I
spent?
gained
He gained. It was a big game day.
5x VIP points for most Star Wars sets. So
Really? So it was for most Star Wars and not just a few?
No. It was double VIP points for all Star Wars sets,
Oh.
5 times VIP points for the ATSD, Jabba's, Boba Fett's throne room, Dark Trooper helmet, assault on Ferrex, and I forget what the last one was. Crap.
yeah.
But anyway, one more. That was it. There was only those 5 that you get. The Justifier.
Ah, the
AKA
ones that
all
aren't
the sets
selling.
that haven't been selling well.
The overstocks.
And I
And the
think the only reason the
Justifier
Jabba's,
still worth it.
that Boba Fett's throne room wasn't selling well is because everybody got it on discount
You got it for $50 at Costco.
at
I mean,
Costco.
come on.
Exactly.
Before it was released, even at that, you know.
What he said.
True.
Yeah, and the Justifier still isn't worth it with 25% off via
No.
VIP points. That set was like drastically overpriced.
Yeah, but
Way-
you get a mega. You get a mega.
I do like the set, so that makes.
I
it
want an Omega, but not for that money.
But it should have been a $100 set, and it was 170. So
Crazy
Yeah.
amount.
So crazy. Right. Let's check in and our man in the center square, our Canadian. How are you, Jeff Van Winden?
I tried to control D and I didn't have the active window, so I couldn't. It didn't mute. Control D mutes in StreamYard, by the way.
Oh, does it?
So yeah. I'm doing
There's
well.
a joke in there.
Yeah, probably. I'm working on the harbor. I've kind of got it in pieces right now because I'm trying to build up the next piece of land. But over the weekend, I basically built the rest of the harbor. I'm still waiting for tiles to come in to finish that, to finish the water. This is like I basically got 4 feet planned, I guess you could say. I'm, like I said, trying to build up this. I built a half a tower, which lost a piece. I've got a half tower built to go on the outside, and I've built it different than the other ones where I'm leaving it open inside so people can see how it's being constructed. But I realized that I've got 2 plates of thickness here, and it's going to go on top of the base of the tower here, which means I now probably have to raise up the rest of the walkways another brick, which I wasn't expecting. So I'll have to figure that out in the next few days. But yeah, I'm just this will be like the harbor, and then the other 4 feet behind this, I think I'm going to have like a marketplace. There's a river that runs that will connect to my waterfall that's on the existing castle. I'll probably put like an old mill. Well, I guess it would be a new mill because it's medieval times. I'll put a mill in there as well, and like a market and things like that. I'm not 100% sure what will fill up the next 4 feet, but I've got some plans. So yeah, that's about it.
So
Still waiting for
where
parts.
where is this going to head next live?
Toronto, then Montreal. So Toronto in July at Bricks in the Six. Brickomany in Montreal in late September, and then Atlanta BrickCon in January. And beyond that, I'm not sure.
All right.
Because I don't know if I'll do Brickworld next year, because I wouldn't mind going out west and doing one of the conventions out there. Which is about the same price as a flight to say Utah or something, and hotel will be the same cost as a hotel at Brickworld. So
What time of the year is the Utah one?
I think it's during the summer. It's
It's towards the end of August. It's the 28th,
Yeah.
I think.
So it's after school starts. Boo.
well, yeah, if you live south of Canada.
We all are Southerners compared to Canada right now. So, Campbell, what is that? What is that? What is that?
This was another special gift we got at the Lego store today, which I had no idea that it was even in there until I got the box out. But it was really nice. A little Lego Star Wars coin with the Death Star 2 on there, and a little laser etched piece of acrylic.
And it's only going for $13 on Bricklink, much to my disappointment.
Yeah, well, I didn't even know it was a thing. I just I found it in the box earlier, so I forgot all about it.
It was
Yeah,
just
it was a nifty little gift. Just sit right up in there.
Nice. Cool deal. So were there? What all were? I didn't pay attention. Obviously, I was in a fog for the weekend. What all were the? I guess those. Is that a May 1st or May the 4th thing early or?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, well, they're doing May 1st through May 5th, I think, for the May the 4th.
Oh no, it's through the 7th.
7th. Okay, 7th.
Yeah.
Full week this
Because they
time.
have to have a weekend in there.
See, all these people start putting out their Star Wars decorations early. It's it's going to be like February, and people are going to start celebrating Star Wars. It's losing all meaning.
Yes.
So the coin and acrylic thing, the mini X-Wing, and the Death Star 2 were all the gift with purchases I got today. And then, of course, I got the throne room, which I'd planned to build earlier, and I got caught up with work, so I couldn't do it. But it's my first to build list from today. So
Gotcha. All right, good deal. All right, let's see, Matt. Oh wait, you got more?
yeah, I got a lot.
You had to get those
Here's
points.
Superstar Destroyer.
I think if
Indoor
he
set.
continues, I will have absolutely nothing to talk about.
Here's the Fang Fighter.
Yeah, now wait, I have nothing to talk about.
I got other stuff too, but it wasn't Lego Star Wars stuff.
What was the last one?
The Fang Fighter
Fang Fighter.
and TIE Interceptor.
Okay, that's a good question for those who shopped today. Did anything sell out? Did anything sell out today? That those of you who shopped today?
Your mom sold out.
You
No,
walked
I
into that one.
So me and Dana both
The
left
website blew
before
up.
11 a.m., which is the actual opening time because they opened an hour early and I didn't even know about it today. They had not sold out of anything when we left.
Okay.
Yeah, luckily
They even had Disney minifigures at the
Yeah.
time, didn't they?
I would say that they were well stocked in comparison to other years.
Even online, the only thing that's sold out is the Executor.
Really?
Okay.
Which I'm happy I pre-ordered at Walmart.
Your mom pre-ordered at Walmart.
I know she did.
So you're getting two then, because your mom
That
ordered one
comment
too?
was to Natalie. By the way.
Yeah.
All right, Matt. What did you go shopping today?
I did. Let me grab.
You know.
Oh, a helmet.
That one's got four of those, or a couple of those inverted slopes, and Meredith wants.
Oh yeah, that thingy.
Ambush and Frags.
So those two plus a battle pack netted all of the GWPs, and which I already sold my Death Star for $40 on Bricklink. So I got 26% off plus points. So I was happy. So I got basically 30% off my Star Wars purchases. But the real objective of the trip was, don't be jealous, everybody. Ooh, look at those baby
Ooh.
penguins and giraffes and lions and
Actually, look at the toucan.
polar bears and a toucan. There's some fantastic animals, people.
Your mom looks at toucans.
Your mom is a toucan.
And I to dispel all the rumors, we are not expecting. It's not for our house. It's for a friend who is expecting for baby shower. And as they made fun of me in the pregame show, the baby will not come out of the womb ready to handle Duplo, but I don't really abide by those lists. Everyone who's expecting always gets Duplo from me because I am their Lego friend. So
Right.
I feel it buys me some leeway. I'm allowed to gift building blocks when the child will not be ready for 24 months for those things probably. But I did buy some other baby related items. So there was that, and I saw Mr. Adam. Mr. Ant Bandit, who had borrowed my X-Wing and rebuilt it so that the wings were facing in the correct direction. So that
Wow.
he could take pictures of the new X-Wing. And it was funny. I was like, so, how much screen time did my X-Wing get? And he goes, actually not that much, because he ended up having like 3 projects all due at the same time. So he's like, yeah, it got edited down a little bit. But so it was good seeing him, and he was out there to fill up the bags, and he got everything except for the Mickey Mouse figure. I think he was unable to get. It was. I got there, I don't know, about 15 minutes after the store was supposed to open at 10, and there were already people coming out to their cars with large yellow bags.
Tomorrow?
What's that?
Not tonight. Bedtime.
Oh,
That was Brian.
No.
I thought Brian was talking to me, but
It's different.
so that was interesting. But the other thing that I've been working on is building the set, which I bought. I ordered the last time there was a GWP online. I was back ordered, but I'm working on the A-frame, and I'm slightly more than halfway, and I absolutely love this set. So far, the only complaint I have about this set is that the original build submitted by the AFOL, the trees looked better, and they substituted with this kind of wonky looking tree. It's a little Bentley. So I don't know. I have half a mind to redo the tree once it's finished, but I'm very much enjoying the set and the little detailing, the texture to give it that kind of wooden clap. Well, here, let me hold it back up. So lots of texture on it, lots of things attached. You've got the toilet paper roll and the shovel. I guess this is, you bury your own at this cabin. And
it's a plunger.
Is that what it is? And then
know.
You've got like a little fuel tank out here in the back. And
wait a minute. If it is outside, then yeah, it is probably a hole to dig to where to bury your poop. So yes, you're absolutely right.
You got the butterfly up top. You got another of the new butterfly mold, and you got this like stonework, which is the top of the Thor's hammer turned on their side, which is a nice little feature. In the attic, there is a spider that's hidden in the attic, which is kind of a fun little thing. So there's a lot of little Easter eggs, and apparently this cabin is someplace with a lot of minerals because there are gems inside the cabin. So wherever the cabin is located, there's a lot of mineral hunting that's taking place. The other big thing that happened this week is on Sunday. I was very excited. Was that yesterday? Gosh, that seems like days ago. But anyways, on Sunday, I got the notice, expected delivery of 2 packages, Lego from New Jersey, which meant it's coming through customs, my bricks and pieces order. I was very excited. I wasn't quite waiting by the door, but I was checking, and of course they left it at my neighbor's house in the middle of her driveway. Yes, what? I know. My mailbox is between our driveways, but this happens like once a month, and so I get it and I rip open the boxes and I'm like, finally, the last batch of mosaic plates, and I can finish my Brick World project. And rip open the first one, it looks fine. Rip open the second, they sent the wrong part. So I have 16 by 16 dark gray plates, but not 16 by 16 mosaic plates. And at that point, the calm, serene attitude that was, yes, I will have this finished in plenty of time for Brick World, suddenly went whoosh. and I started having visions of me getting plates the week before I have to pack it all in the car and freaking out and like furiously snapping dots on. And I then thought about it for all of like 10 minutes, and I went in there and did a search on Bricklink, and there was a US seller who had the quantity I needed for basically the same price that Shop at Home has them. So I had to pay like $15 shipping, but they will be here on Saturday. So I will have all the plates on Saturday, and then Lego will be shipping me replacement plates, which will get here who knows when. But the project marches on. It should be done by the middle of May, which will give me a nice, comfortable margin where I can just on making sure that it doesn't flop over and it stands up straight and all that kind of stuff. Speaking with Dana, I'm going to invite you to come over the first time I try to set this thing up, so that you can,
Yeah.
we can try to troubleshoot the mechanics of this together.
Probably a good idea.
Since we will both be facing roughly the same proportions and obstacles.
That was a floppy Rover joke. Oh,
And today's hat is a large Olmec head, so that's why my screen name is Head Olmec.
I got it. Got
So,
it?
Matt, those tiles are best sellers again
Yeah.
on Shop at Home.
Oh, so even more irritating. I called the customer service line immediately, and the person was apologetic. And I said, look, I don't want to be a prima donna, but I have a firm deadline, and I ordered these in March so that they would be here by now, so that I would have a month, and I can't wait 5 weeks for these things to show up. And he's like, well, you do go to the front of the line, but unfortunately your line is going to be in Denmark because the original order shipped from Denmark.
Oh,
Even though it's a bestseller, they will not ship it to you from the US supply. It has to come out of the Denmark supply. So
Wait, so here's the funny question I wanted to ask you, because even though you ordered them from a Bricklink seller that should be here this week, I ordered some the very same day you did from Bricks and Pieces, because I figured I might as well go ahead and get, a little bit to grab some other pieces I need to get. And they'll be here, I think, Thursday.
Yeah, and free shipping.
And free shipping.
Yep.
And
So, and gift for purchase, or at least the VIP pack.
Yeah, two VIP packs.
I didn't
You erred on the side of I'm going to take Lego out of the mix.
Yeah, honestly, I knew that the seller I bought them from in the US is a high volume seller. I knew they would ship within 24 hours, and I knew I'd have them by the weekend, and I just didn't want any margin of error. I just wanted them in my hand.
Better safe than sorry.
So yeah, so I'll have all the parts, and we will get the thing done. So, but it's time, Dana, you and I, we should chat. Maybe we should go Home Depot together and look at this conduit solution, because I don't want to go buy like 100 pieces of conduit and get the wrong conduit.
Yeah.
Since neither one of us have done this, I'm sort of like, I want to make sure I buy the right stuff before I try to put it together. But
once you have all your plates lined up, we will coordinate a weekend. I'm hoping that either my plates will all show up soon, or Bricklink or Bulk Lug should show up this week, hopefully too, as well. So we might have a whole lot of things to be doing.
True, and that's another reason that I would rather get the plates earlier than later, because there will be some sorting for the bulk bonanza.
Yep.
Yeah. The good news is I don't need any of those dots.
Unfortunately, I cannot say the same.
All the dots in the bulk lug order will be gravy. So I did rearrange my palettes of dots, and I actually put in the trans clear ones, and so like all of the 1x1 rounds are now in 2 trays, and I now got restocked on colors that I was short on. The only color that I don't have in quantity is the neon yellow, which I have about 20 of those, which I don't need any of those for this project, and then the regular green, not the bright green, but just like bog green.
The original green.
Original
they call
green.
Dark green, because
Yeah.
earth green is what we call dark green. I hate that. But anyway, I digress.
Yes, because those words all mean something different in Danish apparently. But
Evidently.
So yeah, so my palette is full. I have all the color I need. I just don't have enough plates. I have 2 plates left. I will be out of plates by tomorrow. So I've already clicked through and filled in most of the plates that I needed. The good news is that now since I got pink and coral back in stock, there were a few places earlier where I had to just leave those blank. So I can pull those plates out and fill in every other basic plate that I have that had gaps. I can go fill all the gaps, but then by Saturday I'll get the rest of the plates and it'll be, and then we'll be like, ta-da, it'd be great. Yeah. And then it'll be like, okay, how do we make it not flop?
You're asking the wrong guy. Anyway.
Well, no, I am.
No. The reality is that I'm experienced with the flop, so I'm better prepared to keep the flop from happening.
He has experience in overcoming the flop, so he's the kind of person you want to call on.
There's a blue pill joke in here that I'm just not going for.
I did that to myself. I'm sorry.
Did you laugh so hard it hurted?
It did. But the thing I would just think would be hilarious. I want you to be done tomorrow, so just hear this with all the love intended. It would still be hilarious that you are like building on the way to Chicago. You're snapping bricks and you're walking in to. I mean, you're bringing in the box. You're like, hang on a minute, and you're putting your last tiles down on the last square, and then sitting on the thing.
No, because
it would be hilarious. It's not fun for you. I understand.
I am on the road for 2 weeks before Chicago. There will not be any time to build. It has to be done by the end of the month. So
because you're the driver, right?
I'm the driver, and we will be camping. This is not the campgrounds are not the kind of places where you want to pull out a tray of dots and drop something on the ground. So no, it needs to be done, and it needs to be boxed, and it needs to be close the door on that. Tape up the box and focus on packing the camping gear. So we will be done by the end.
One hand on the wheel, a cup and a cup holder with dots, maybe a bag of a different colored dots, and then the plate up on the dashboard, and you're, doing the thing while you're driving. There you go.
No, because when I'm driving, there's a printout sheet of every waypoint we have to hit to cross counties off. And sometimes it's nothing more than a GPS grid point. So you have to put that in so that you can, especially in the Midwest where the counties are nice rectangular square objects. Sometimes you drive to the point where 4 counties meet, and you just do a donut in the little intersection. You're like, 4 counties, and you go to the next spot.
I just assumed you drive down the middle of the road to get multiple counties at the same time.
When possible. Yeah. When we went up to Brick World last year, we drove literally on the Illinois-Indiana border for a good stretch of the road. And we were like, and it's the middle of nowhere. And so like, I drove on the wrong side of the road. I was like, look, we're in Indiana. Look, we're in Illinois. He's like, stop that. Like, look, we're in Indiana. Look, he goes, stop.
So was one side of the road.
That is the best part of that story, hands down.
Was one side of the road more potholey than the other side? Just curious. Because
Any law enforcement officers in Illinois or Indiana, this was a joke. He didn't really do that for sure.
I could have been ticketed in both
Allegedly.
states on the same day, or the same moment. Ticket.
He starts chasing you. You jump the line up. Your jurisdiction ended right there, sir.
That's right. You can't follow me into another state. Haha.
That's hilarious.
The
I mean,
other thing,
you gotta just say you going and finding counties in the Midwest to do donuts in. You know how to party like nobody's
I do.
business.
Not that
And
kind of
I
donuts,
always-
Chris.
I will literally Google like best donuts in the area for breakfast, like when we're on the road. Like I always look for the highest rated donut shops. So there's both doing donuts and then there's the eating donuts. That's all part of making this an amazing road trip, is crossing off counties. So when we get home, Michigan will be the first U.S. state I will have visited every county. In Indiana will be 3 counties away. So we will have one state completely filled in. And if we take a little bit extra time, I could actually knock Indiana out too. But that we're looking at a 12-hour day coming back. So it's like, do I want to subject my spouse to 3 more counties?
Doing donuts though, that's fun.
But
That's
so
awesome.
when talking about Chicago, Thomas is, he doesn't care at all about the Lego convention, but he just cares about the Chicago food. He's like, we're going back to the Polish Ukrainian place. And he goes, I'm going to go find a good dim sum place when you're at the Lego convention. I'm like, okay, fine. And one of his writer friends is going to be in Chicago. And he goes, we're going to go out and do something. And I'm like, have a blast. I probably won't even come back to the room if I know you're gone. You know, like I'm just gonna hang out with my Lego peeps and have a good old time. I have half of mine. I have never been to a baseball game at the Brewers, and they have a home game on Friday night. He wants to go to a baseball game in Milwaukee on Friday.
Milwaukee.
No.
Really? No, because I've been to the Cubs and White Sox a bunch of times. But
If I was able to go, I would go with you because I do love baseball stadiums.
yeah, I haven't been to the Brewers, so it's one of the stadiums, and I think I'm up to like 15, 16 Major League Baseball stadiums. But anyways, I've talked a lot. I should probably.
It's okay.
Poor Mark.
Let's talk to Mark. Hello, Mark. How are you? You're muted, by the way.
Silent Mark.
Sorry, I was probably coughing or something. Because I've been playing Allergies or COVID, the home game, for about 3 years now. So
It's fair. It's fair.
Did you?
So this weekend we picked up the little Weirdos pack, the little little $10 set. Small Paul needed a couple of parts out of that for something he was building for Brick World. But I built some of the little Weirdos, so that's pretty fun. Here we go. I like this guy.
Ooh.
This reminds me of the Muppets from Mana that go doo doo.
Oh yeah, totally.
Phenomena.
Doo, 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 doo.
Did the
And
did the
then
horns match the
I added
hands?
some feet on the blue guy, so I gave him feet. There we go.
Yeah.
And there's a little tiny, like, short cow one, whatever.
Your Minotaur.
Little dragony looking one.
Looks like a bonkle.
Well, they all sort of look bonkily. And
They
then
do.
there's this funny little, I don't know what.
That's a dork plant.
Well, I made one just for you. There you go.
That's a dork fish right there.
I made this out of leftover pieces. So yeah, it's pretty cute. This is a good little set if you want to give like a small gift to a kid or something. $10. Get you a bunch of bricks, a bunch of eyeballs. I also finished my lighting setup for City of Lanterns, so we can go for a trip across the room.
Whee! Alexa, turn off the lights.
I got to turn off the lights. Okay, hang on.
No. Let's light the lights.
Well, they're already on, but
No, that was a Muppet Show reference.
Well, no,
I got it, Dana. I
Thank
got it.
you.
yeah, I got it too. I was just ignoring it. There you go.
Ooh.
Very nice.
The backward StreamYard thing is like really hard to. Meh. Sorry, everybody. The backward camera thing on StreamYard is annoying. There you go.
Nice.
Lights. Very
They have
pretty.
an option to flip things now.
Do they?
Yeah.
That would be really great. I would love to be able to flip stuff so I'm not having to backwards whatever.
I mean, on the plus side, you look correct to us. So
Yes.
Does it not? Is it dumb and it flips it for everybody else too?
Yep.
probably.
Oh, that's awesome.
Well, your classic space logo is right though on your shirt.
yeah,
so.
you look fine on camera to us.
Yeah,
It
I'm
is
just
correct,
I'm
fine.
used to the technology that's been on my phone for like a decade where it flips it for me, but everybody else sees it right. And I don't know why StreamYard can't manage that. But anywho, these little light kits from Amazon, Tedu. They come with these little 1x4. Sorry, they're in a tiny Ziploc bag. These tiny little LED little diode things that are in a, you put them in a 1x4, and these are their little crappy clone brick 1x4s, but you get those and the wires connect to either end there. but they're nice and bright. You can get them in. I bought the warm white colored ones for my city over there, but you can get bright white if you want. And they're powered with USB, and you get 3 USB connections, and then you can string them together up to 40 lights. So $20 gets 20 lights, which is significantly cheaper than buying lights from any of the Lego custom lighting providers. So anyway,
Have you tested out the lifespan if you're running it like on a USB battery pack?
I have not, because I have it plugged into a USB little adapter thing over there.
How many can you run off? I mean, how many can you run off a battery pack or whatever?
I don't
You
know
run
the answer to that.
Okay, you're gonna find out though, right?
No, because I'm going to take my extension cord to Brick World with me and just plug it in.
Oh, I got you. I got you.
Ooh.
Tool.
Clever.
Yep, but bang for the buck with these things is really good.
Yeah, I
And
passed
all
that
lighting
information
systems.
along. Somebody else asked me about lighting, and I was like, well, I don't know, but Mark likes this particular seller, so I sent the link along to someone else.
Yeah, I mean, I just randomly bought them off Amazon because I was looking for lighting kits for Lego use, and all of the I guess you call them US sellers or whatever. They're super expensive. It's like 3 or 4 lights for $15 or something. And the Amazon, seller was 20 lights for $20, which is a much more reasonable price. So that's why I did it. I figured, well, it's $20. We'll give it a shot.
Makes sense to me. They look great. I hope they hold up well, and they last the whole trip and more. So
Yeah, I hope so too. I've had them connected for a week, and
dad joke from our British friend here.
our favorite Alabamian.
It would be enlightening but very useful. Ha ha. Ha ha. Ha.
Let's
A
see.
hearty guffaw.
That's the Matthew joke.
Well, you just need to get yourself a Brian, and he solders the LEDs for you.
Ooh.
Yeah, but there's a lot of overhead for that, and
There is.
I mean, you gotta live. You gotta live with the flip flops all the time.
The flip flops on the stairs is really jarring. I'm just telling y'all.
and the engineering jokes. Oof.
Well, those would go right over my head, so
And the periodic table jokes.
Brian Bell is I love him dearly. He is the world's worst chemist. He would not make a
Periodically.
periodic table joke. It's okay because conversely, I'm the world's worst electrical engineer.
Gotta have balance.
Marriage
And you're
is
like
about
that
balance and
superhero
compromise.
character where like the people all merge together and they're like more powerful and like
Maybe we'll have to see.
Yeah, but there's not 5 mini bots in this scenario, so
Oh, there's another Brian out there that solders. So hey, that's good. All right, Dana, what is up? We're finally to Dana.
well,
Dana.
considering that Campbell pretty much stole my thunder, I'll just do this quickly. I too got the A-Wing and Fang Fighter. I too got the Super Star Destroyer. The same GWPs, but what Campbell didn't show you was our last minute purchase as we were walking out of the store this morning, because I saw Hunter, one of our Lego store employees, playing with something, and I was like, is that a Lego lightsaber pen? And he's like, yeah, we got Lego lightsaber pens. So they had a red and a green because, well, it's Return of the Jedi. I was really disappointed because they didn't have a blue, but they had a purple. Mace Windu, I left that one, but I did grab both a red and a green lightsaber pen so that my wife and I can have lightsaber battles.
I forgot all about those being in the bag.
So yay
Is
for
that
me.
a goof-
I got to talk about the pens.
Hey y'all, I gotta go to bed, or put Natalie to bed. She reined in on her promise.
And there you go. I've run off pink wheels and purple wheels. Great. So
Yeah, it
Teal
really
wheels.
wasn't a
Teal wheels.
purple. It was like a dark blue lightsaber, really.
no, it was purple because if it was a dark blue, I would have gotten it. It was purple. And then what else is going on? There's something
So-
else going on.
I wish that I had thought of the comment about me and my spouse having lightsaber battles, but you went there first, so I guess
I did.
Oh,
I did. I did also. I've been sorting white, as you can see here. So now I'm taking the smaller piles and putting them into their bags and tubs. And the whole reason that I sorted this entire section of white here was because I needed 3 snot plates so that I could build the Strata scooter.
Nice.
So Strata scooter. So one more build
Cute.
done.
Cute.
I also got a Bricklink order box in today. So tomorrow will be the solar power transport debut if I can build it while I'm working. So
We believe in you.
If you
Stay
make it seem
tuned
like
for
there's
that.
some doubt.
well, I still got to put all this white away because, my OCD is like, put the white away, put the white away, put the white away. I did take a moment to build this, so I had something to show. But other than that, so we didn't talk really about the lines and stuff. So, or Campbell kind of loosely talked about it, and I think Matthew may have vaguely referenced it. But I knew that I kind of have a feeling that the store was going to open at 10, even though it says that they open 11, because it's kind of been their. We don't talk about it, but we open an hour early on release days, at least at North Point. Sugarloaf will still always open at 10 because their store manager is a by the books kind of person. So they will open at 10. They will not open at 9. They will open at 10. But North Point, however, they have an agreement with the mall and the mall is open. So they're like, well, hey, would you rather have these people stand in line? Let's let them in. So Campbell called me or texted me. He's like, yeah, you going to Sugarloaf or North Point? I'm like, I'm on my way. He's like, I'll meet you there, which was really cool because I haven't seen Campbell in a while. So it was good to catch up in person for a little bit. And he said when he got there, like they're already open, and he got there, probably 5 or 10 minutes before 10.
yeah, somewhere in there.
And I think there was what you said, probably a line of 50-ish, maybe.
Yeah, the entire line had already been led in the store. I actually saw people walking out with Lego bags as I was walking in.
And so
Like, of the mall.
yeah. So, and by the time I got there, I was probably there, about maybe 5 or 7 minutes after 10?
Yeah, maybe about 10 minutes after me.
Yeah. And I was seeing still people coming out, double-fisted bags, big
Yeah,
bags.
When I got there, the line there they had 3 registers going. Well, 3 phones going.
3 phones going, yeah, because they now changed it.
And all 3 lines were to the back of the store. One was out at the door.
So within the 10 minutes from when I talked or when I was chatting with you on the phone, by the time I got there, it was down to just a normal amount of traffic in the store. Nobody was standing in line.
Nope.
I was walking in, the guy coming out, he's like, you got here at perfect time because the madness is gone. And this was 10 minutes after 10. So that was kind of neat. Matthew, what was your take on the Sugarloaf store?
So I pulled up to the parking lot probably 10:10, and there were already 3 people walking out with large bags. And so I was like, I guess there was some hype. Like personally, I was not the least bit hyped about this. This was probably the least exciting May the 4th release day ever for me as a fan. I already owned a UCS X-Wing. I was not enthralled with any of the GWPs. The things that I wanted, which were the helmets, had already come out earlier. I just was waiting for the right time to buy them. And anyway, so I walk in the store and yeah, and I have the UCS version of that. So I don't have any desire yet. Yeah, that helmet I still don't have. I might get the last 2 new helmets for the next April discount day. That's my backup plan. So
same here.
But yeah, I walked in and I would say there were 15 people in the store and a line about 5-6 deep at the checkout, and they had all registers going, and they check people out pretty quick. there was a lot of a lot of people walking around grabbing stuff. I was actually, our lug is growing. It always amazes me how I can go in there on a debut day and only recognize 2 people. I mean,
Right.
I was like, who are these people? And like, why are they not, at least some of them in our lug? Anyway, so I'm just always surprises me because I think there's a lot more people adults who build Lego in Atlanta than are active or even passive members of the lug. I mean, it's just like, I don't know who any of these people are. One or two face looks like, I think I've seen them in here before, but yeah.
I think Campbell and I were the only 2 people. Well, that we were the only ones in the lug, but I didn't even recognize any of the other AFOLs. And usually I'll run into at least 1 or 2 people that aren't in the lug that I at least know or recognize. But I mean, there were probably people in line before I got there and had already left before I even got there. But it was kind of weird. However, we did see as we were walking out, what's up, Reed? We did see Jose from Bricks and Minifigures Johns Creek as he was coming in as we were walking out. So that was at least somebody we saw that we knew. But other than that, yeah, very, very strange phenomena in that aspect. But
yeah, there was one guy I talked to for a little bit before you got there, and I had seen him in the store before, but he is not in the lug. So,
Well, here's we were talking about this. I don't know who, but is the lug more for those who are builders rather than just set collectors? And how can the lug make a difference in that and welcome those who are just more set collectors and everything? Because the lug, I mean, honestly, we go to learn techniques and hang out and talk Lego and stuff like that. But traditionally, lugs have been born of train clubs. So, I just wonder if number one, that there's not a need for those who just build and collect sets to be in a lug, but also would they find a need for it? Would they feel welcome in a lug? Because
I think that as a lug, we could do something about that. And I think it would require or not require, but I think what a good idea would be for us to do is some event that happens at the mall that's lug sponsored on something that would happen like that, where we could, I don't know, even if we did like a small display or like a one-day thing where we just kind of came in, set up, had something for the, something in conjunction with the Lego store where AFOLs could recognize, see us, kind of get that thing, just because I think a lot of people don't even know what a lug is. And even if we were to do something like we displayed retired sets to show that a lug isn't just about building mocks, it's also about collectors, which would be kind of cool, because I've personally feel that the lug should be all aspects, whether it's set builders, set collectors, minifigure collector only, it's worth it to be in the lug just to have people of your people, I guess is the best way to put it.
Agreed.
I did forget one thing. That happened over the weekend, and Meredith is gone, so I wish I brought this up before she left. Meredith and I went to Bricks and Minifigures John Creek, and we were Brickmaster judges, I would go ahead and say, for the local scouts that had a Lego Challenge building thing as I don't know if it was necessarily for a badge or maybe some sort of achievement within the Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts. So we got there, we really didn't help much with the building. We were there to maybe help find pieces, talk to some adults, and then we judged three different age groups for builds, and they gave them a cute little trophy, and it was kind of a cool little thing. And I got talking to the proprietor, Chris, who is also a member of the lug, and one of the things that happened was that when I walked into the store, because they had taken all their tables and they'd done us all out in the parking lot because it was a nice sunny day and all that, and so this big open space in the store, and I'm like, we could have done like a little mini display of lug members coming in and setting up a couple of tables of just some fun builds. He's like, next time we're doing that, because I think it would be a cool way. I mean, Meredith and I came out just to kind of hang out and judge, but we could have easily brought stuff to display in the store, or a couple other lug members could have come and hung, we could have swap back and forth. Some people judging, some people coming in and talking to people in the store, because I mean, it was kind of a marketing thing for Bricks and Minifigure, even though the scouts were doing a thing, but a lot of the adults were also interested because, you know, hey, their kids are doing Lego, but you know, they're also fans. And so it would be kind of a cool thing. So we're going to do something like that. I think
Cool.
So
I think it'll be great too. 'Cause we've talked about the Lugs doing smaller shows and other things to fill in the year. So yeah,
Exactly. And he's hoping to probably do this several times a year with different groups. So
gosh, I remember back in the day when we weren't living here, we were just coming every so often to see Mel's mom. And so the Lego store was in Dawsonville, and the Train Club and what was Dixie Lug at the time, now Peach Lug, they had done a show. They were doing a show there. So I went and, you know, hung out with those guys for a minute and, you know, that kind of stuff. So, you know, and they set up one day, had the stuff going around, and then took it all down. So, which is a much smaller layout, but it still was cool. It was just a fun social thing to get to know the people. So yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
Because
Because I mean, like, you know, like Mark bringing up the City of Lanterns, me bringing out my monochromes, you bringing out, you know, just the 1978 spaceships. The three of us could sit there and do a small little one-day display and just talk to people, and we'd probably grow the lug by a little bit over time just by doing little things like that.
Bring out a 10-foot mural.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I mean, granted, you'd probably be better at hanging outside, but yeah.
Can I ask a silly question?
Sure.
yes.
Do you want to grow the lug? Like, you guys are fairly good size now. I'm not trying to be.
Well, so I have
against it,
I
but-
have an opinion on that. And I think we talked about that last week on our Thursday drop-in show, that I think, you know, once the lug hits like 125, 150 people, boom, we geographically chop it in half.
Yeah.
And we
Okay.
you know, we do osmosis. You know, cell division.
And there's legit social science behind this, and I've told this to Dana personally, but there's a lot of studies that show that once any group of people reaches a certain size, their inherent tendency is to split.
Yeah.
And I think it makes more sense to do it consciously than just to wait for someone to get mad at somebody else.
Correct.
Which is how a lot of splits happen, whether we're talking about clubs or churches or political organizations, like
Yeah.
people,
Right.
personality
Okay.
conflicts. You know?
I mean, because it doesn't even necessarily have to be a geographic split. I mean, it could be, but it could be a theme split. We could say, you know, everybody who predominantly builds space goes this way. Everybody who predominantly builds town go this way. Doesn't mean you can't cross the stream, but you just now are a part of a different lug, and you still coordinate with each other and stuff like that. And we still get together with the big shows. And I can only dream that we reach a point in time where that happens.
Well, as many fans of Lego there are around, and this is hilarious. Last Friday, yeah, I think it was Friday. I come home and my neighbors across the street, one of their daughters who's been off at college or whatever, she's home, and I mean, she's early 20s or whatever, and I don't know them super well. I know the mom and the dad. I don't know the kids, right? So I'm walking the dog, and these two college young ladies are like, "Hey, you do Lego, right?" And I'm like, "Okay." And this never happens. Hello, yes, I do. They're
Did
like,
they offer you? Did they have like pizza? Never mind.
No.
Anyway, keep go-
no, and then they're like, "Yeah, we really like it. Our room's full of Lego and all this kind of stuff." And I'm like, "Really?" And just got to talking and everything. And literally, they were filling up a inflatable swimming pool. They were going to hang out in the front yard. I'm like, "What time's Jake getting home? I need him to say hello." But anyway, I was like, "Really, y'all are into Lego?" Like, yeah. I mean, what do y'all do? And they named it like Star Wars. They like Marvel. They like the florals and stuff like that, and some other stuff and everything. But they were talking about how they were totally into the sets and everything.
Yeah.
And they're like, I'm like, well, I collect a few things. I like to build my own things. And it's amazing how different our worlds were, even though we like the same product and everything and all that kind of stuff. So it was cool. I'm going to try to reconnect and everything like that. So it's all.
So up in the I want to just pop this real quick because it's
Yeah.
yeah, getting lugs and keeping lugs and keeping the lugs active is the only way we're going to keep Lego to keep sponsoring and helping the lugs. So
Yeah, it's true.
this is important. Lugs is important.
So I'm being moved at work, and I have all the big architecture sets, Taj Mahal, Sydney Opera House, all those kinds of the original Eiffel Tower. And I have been slowly moving things on a cart to my car to bring them home because I would not want anyone else to try to move those things to the new location. So I'm moving them, and it drew a crowd. So like I was there on Friday, and I just had like the Taj Mahal on this, hand truck, and I was starting to wheel it out. And then like a faculty member started talking, and then like students, did you build that? I'm like, well, yeah, I mean, I bought the set, you can buy it. I was like, I do my own stuff, but this is just, to me, I didn't want to make it sound like I invented the Taj Mahal set. I'm like, yeah, I bought it and put it together. But, it's amazing how people are like, oh, it's really cool. And I'm thinking, well, yeah, you just turn the page and follow each step. It's not like rocket science, right? And then another faculty member who's in my new department, she said that when I'm on Zoom calls, she's always looking in the background to try to see because I have all my UCS Star Wars sets in my work office. And so when we do Zoom meetings, they're all up on the shelves. And she's always like, I'm always trying to see what's on your shelf. And I was actually trying to get stuff in the car, and all these people wanted to talk about Lego. So, I mean, I did.
Is it kind of like when you're setting up a display at a show and people keep wanting to come up and talk to you?
Yeah. And I was just like, I didn't plan for that. I was like, okay, next time leave some buffer time.
For the Lego conversation for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. All right, good deal. All right, we are well past an hour here, so let's go ahead and hit the road. Oh, we've got a Death Star sighting. Let me get over here. Oh, can I scroll? There it is.
It's pretty small for a Death Star.
That's no moon.
It's too small for a Death Star.
It's no space station.
It's a space station.
Here's a little brick.
Is it? That's printed too, isn't it?
It is printed, yes.
Which is cooler than the 40th anniversary of Empire Strikes Back, which was a sticker.
Yeah, and it's a nice printing too. It is. So yeah, you can kind of see the shine to it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's shiny.
Shiny.
I mean, that's
Shiny.
the thing about that GWP is I looked at that and I said, other than the sticker, I could just probably build that from parts that I have in my collection. Just download the instructions. I'm like, I'll sell it for $40.
I'm
I don't
impressed
care
that you
about
got
the sticker.
$40 for it.
I got $39.91 for it.
That's pretty freaking good.
That's
That is.
That's 26% off what the 150 that I spent to get it. Plus you get 5% for your VIP. So basically I got over $30 worth of, VIP points. I mean, with VIP and the
Yeah.
I was disappointed that the coins were so cheap. I'm actually half tempted just to pull the coins off of Bricklink and just keep them because it's like $12.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, with that, we will head on out. Everybody have a great evening. Be awesome. Build awesome. Be kind to your neighbor. Good night. Good night.